Welcome. This is going to be an overview of Submittable. It's a publishing platform used to publish poetry and as well as take submissions for other things. So without further ado, let's get into it. So this is Submittable, the website. That's SUBMITTABLE.com. And just from looking at it, you probably wouldn't be able to tell that what it can do. So we'll go inside of it to check it out. So we're going to go to sign it up here at the top right. And I already have an account with Submittable, so I'll be going into it. But first I want to show you can sign up. So you put your email, your password, you confirm your password, then you put your first and last name, and then you can sign up. But let me just show you what it looks like on the inside when you already have an account. So this is what it looks like on the inside. See, this is my name right here that I signed up with, and I have my submissions, which are all logged down here. And I'll show you through it. So you go to all submissions, and that'll show all your submissions. I only have one right here. But then you can go to active. Hold on, let me get into a different account. I'm going to sign in with Facebook. Okay, here's my main account. And this is only applies, this right here, all this only applies if you're working as part of a team within Submittable, but we won't worry about that. We'll go to submissions, because that's really what I want to show you. So here are all my submissions that I currently have with magazines. And see this, they have the title of the submission right here. See, these are all titles that I've titled. I've sent them in under these names. I typed them in myself. And over to the right is the publication that I've submitted to. So we got Pank, Little Books, we got the Offing essay. And usually the name of the magazine or publication is under right here. It's to the left, to the very left. And to the right here, it's well, it's the name of the submission, the category that it's under, and I'll show you how that works here in a little bit. So, yeah, let me just show you what it looks like. So we got activity. So this is what it looks like on the inside of one of the submissions. And let's see here. So this was already sent to me. I typed in my bio, and this is their response. Hi, Adam Levon. Thank you for your interest in Pank. We have received your submission and look forward to reviewing it. Thanks, Pank. That's pretty average. That's a pretty average submission response when you submit to a magazine, a literary magazine or otherwise. And that just means they've received it. It's an automatic reception email. So, yeah. Now let's go over here to messages. You can type a message or you can receive one. Usually this happens if a magazine is taking too long to respond. So you would type new message and they would get it. You would put the subject here, then the message, and then the send button down here. And sometimes they even message you to say they'd like to use one of your poems or none of your poems, or they'd like to edit one of your poems. But all the messages are done through here. Now moving on to content. This is your submission. This is all the content you submitted to them. So for example, I submitted a manuscript in PDF form. That's the file I uploaded. And up here is my cover letter, and I'll show you how to set one of those up soon. And over here we have notes. You can add notes about your submission. I think that's mainly for you. So you can say like I submitted here on this date and such forth and so forth. And yeah. Now let's go over here to settings. So this is my personal account, and then I'm on a team account. But we're just going over personal accounts in this video. You go under settings, and see you have update profile info, change password settings, notifications, and login sessions. So to change your bio, your biography, your cover letter, we go to update profile info, and then it's got your preferred name. So mine is Adam Levon, and then my middle initial, then my last name Brown, and then that's my preferred email. And here's where we can, what I was talking about a little while ago, we can upload a cover letter template, meaning that every submission you send, this text right here that you put in here will already show up on each submission, so you don't have to write out your biography or cover letter every submission. It's really handy. And then of course we got info down there. And next, so that's the submitting side. That's just looking at submissions. And now we're going to go over here to what it looks like to fulfill a submission. So I've already got a page open here. I chose Poetry Foundation. And see, this is a literary magazine. This is the biggest literary magazine out there. And, or at least the most popular. And I'm going to show you what it's like to submit a poem. If I can find out where the submission is. Poetry magazine. Okay, how to submit. So submissions and letters to the editor. So here, right here, it says please visit our submittable page. So let's go to that. So this is a sample. This is what Poetry Magazines looks like. So they have the submission guidelines already neatly wrapped up in Submittable here, which is nice. And you always want to read through the submission guidelines. See, they're clearly outlined right here, how to submit. So please submit up to 4 poems, up to 10 pages total for consideration, following these guidelines. So you always want to go directly, verbatim on these submission guidelines. You're much more likely to get your work chosen and published if you follow the submission guidelines. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to submit a poem. Oh, and before I go into that, see, you have different categories of what you can submit. And you got poetry, audio poems, prose, translation, video poems, and visual poetry. So basically, whatever you have, you submit it to a different, or the correct category. And so it says 4 poems up to 10 pages total. So I'm going to go ahead and submit. So you click on the orange submit button. So I'm just reading through here real fast. Okay, that's my address. I shouldn't be showing that. I'll blank that out. And yeah, so this is what it looks like on the submittable submission page, or at least under Poetry Magazines. And it's got all the submission guidelines. You want to read through them carefully. And then you press type in a title for your submission. So I'm just going to say 4 poems for poetry. And as I stated earlier, in the cover letter, I've already had it uploaded under the settings and profile info of Submittable, so my cover letter's already uploaded there. It's really handy. And then I'm going to type in my address. I already have everything saved. If you see, It goes under address, address to, city, town, state, zip or postal code and country, and then phone number. And this is, you have to pay attention to as well, attached file and acceptable file types. See, they take, this particular publication takes PDF, doc, docx, txt, rich text file, or WPL. And yeah, if you don't upload something that they're not going to read, then it's just a waste of everyone's time. So make sure to get the right kind of file. For this example, I'm going to use, let's see, let me find a good one. Let's try this one. I'm going to rename it real fast, just so it makes sense. And I'm going to upload it. See it right here, it's a rich text file. Yeah, doc and docx are the main ones. If you don't have it though, if you don't have Microsoft Word, you can use a txt, a text file, or an RTF, a rich text file. So, and then with poetry, you have to type in, or you have to check this box. I confirm this work has not previously appeared in print or online. And have you uploaded a submission that you have? Okay, yes, yes. And then let's hit submit. Success. And that this usually pops up when you submit a poem. You get a success screen that looks something like this. And then yeah. If you look at this, it'll say you can check the status anytime in your Submittable account. So let's go back. And there's the submission right there. And you can click on it. And it'll show you all about it. It'll show your cover letter. It'll show information that they want you to know. And yeah. That's about it for submitting poems. And lastly, I want to go over the Discover tab in the Submittable page, in the Submittable website. The Discover tab is not really often talked about, but it's really cool. It's a really cool feature, and it works really well. So I push Discover, and bam, there's a whole list of publications to submit to, and it'll show exactly what they're looking for. So for example, the Bangalore Review, essays, literary criticism, creative nonfiction, etc. And those are paid submissions. They charge $3 per submission, but there's also free, and you have a whole, so you can go to no fee. They have different criteria here that you can further narrow your search down. So yeah, no fee. And if you search, go to the search function, they have poetry, nonfiction, writing. They have a whole mess full of search terms here. They even have grants. You can even look for grants and fellowships on this website. So just for an example, let's go to poetry and no fee. And see, a whole list of submission or magazines to submit to. It's really handy, and it's free. Yeah, it's totally free to use this. That's why I like it. And let's go into one of the tabs here. And bam, this is what it looks like on the inside of one of the tabs under the Discover function. The Bangalore Review, blah, 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 etc. So we want to go to save. We can save it. And so that'll come up when we're looking at our further submissions. It'll show up under saved and we can see it. Or we can put submit. and we're on another poetry page, and we can submit just like we did with Poetry Magazine, except with these, you can see it has a submission fee. I'm not a big believer in submission fees, but I know they help magazines. And yeah, that's about all I have for today. Thank you for taking this tutorial of Submittable with me. I look forward to seeing you in another video. Please hit the subscribe button and like if you like the video. Thank you. Bye.